Abusia, stay tuned to Ay3k TV. Na ene da idea ensem ahodo ena medibi ebebomo. Na Deputy Information Minister, that's Fatimà Abubakar, edi nsem bi abamonte so a esese wode waso etie. Na nsem a okayi na efa Bank of Ghana sesei omo nsem a abamonte a NDC ene ne nkrofo MPs minority for adfa asem no sene basa. Fatimà Abubakar abamonte so aba silence Sammy G. And now can say me say Sammy G say oye lawyer, but who ne lawyer ni dibre any the entire or say oye lawyer. And now Ato Forson so say oye member of parliament or no so one see the entire or say oye member of parliament no say a finance minister. And see and someone yamami ababrosoi was schooly Sammy G any Ato Forson. It seems say case biaba monte so a omu ena omu wo ano a omu baba monte so abekanye owase omuka eno ene deidie Fatimà ache say oye information minister ampa wakasa ye abusia wasilence omu me kasa me kansem ya wahia me chantro anase me ankasa me de media behemu a ebeba no aye denti mesho. Stay tuned to Ay3k TV na yenkotie nsem aye mami e de ba moti subi
Mate minister instead you have to meet yanko
enti me patro yanko into the operational
great.
expenses yanko pay 2 of statement omu yusu na enra yawo which budget item near communications expense almost say the major item I'm quoting from the Bank of Ghana
Matepa
or say the major item under communication is electronic data transmission charges, including the routers and Bloomberg platforms, which supports our reserve management and management of petroleum funds, as well as currency and exchange rates, constituted about 57.4% of the total communication cost. This was followed by the publication and gazetting, which is 15%, advertisement 10%, newspapers local 0.75%, newspapers foreign 0.46%. Bra, one will say Omaka say major component of the data transmission charges. Both local and international. And they all say international platforms cry a bimuya listings of ultimately who say near the your friend is saying Obehe screen some of the major platform Bloomberg way normal say we say rates has omuya listings for various specified entities around the world.
Yes.
Omuya publications of performances of various specified entities around the world. Investors to take informed decisions. This is something that a lot of people know about. It is not even about advertisement, but say continuously. As one of the measures of transparency and also to build investor confidence. And this is what the Onkrata and some of those international platforms no more publish now who near Koso ewo institution. And to no more than chechemu eba say then their communication budget is peculiar to the Bank of Ghana and not just any other specified entity. And I say what we know to be the communication or media budget. And Tabia who assume say because of natural millions for communication budget, a chess or more friends and show for Kotina baby and no more baby Michelle Munsam say and there's a yes sanity. And to the say when it comes to the specific amount quoted, that's say be obi hold more bet my investigation. I can say okay, maybe what data
yes,
which suggests to say this particular budget item don't care it should have cost and I'm more day figures are by and no boy bra. That is why we can start the conversation.
Mate, that is where we can start the conversation.
But say and yes, Anna completely just based on say communication it's not something I think we can work with. No free
okay, Minister.
There is another item which has to do with transportation. What they call transportation is not the same as a lot of institutions what they termed as transportation, because almost say so all the financial institutions, deposit taking institutions, and now their key stakeholders are every year Afibia SSL visit each and every one of their branches at least once. All microfinance institutions, all savings and loans institutions, all banks and other institutions are that the Bank of Ghana has regulatory authority over. So at the end of the day, we are talking about an operations or transportation budget covers an operations that includes all bullion vans from Bank of Ghana, all cars across the country. Our model some of these supervisory road, all cars across the country. Our model sika echo baby across the country because the money must go down from the central bank. And to talk was a few or so, they make sure say they are able to cut the money there. Quite recently, a publication be say they were trying to collaborate with the security agencies. Say because of one or two incidents of bullion vans attacks, they were not even going to use cars again. They were going to use helicopters to airlift money to the various regional capital. And if they embark on such an operation, now who transportation budget, now you will say, oh, where they Uber sika now say directors because car or the fakar. It is not a fair representation of what constitutes transportation under the Bank of Ghana budget. And also so a bill, unless say obiwo contrary figures say and kamode ebia 1,000 cars and the chini all 261 districts and now ebia 1,000 branches or 2,000 branches of all financial institutions across the country. This is what yen based on research should have been the estimated cost and mabubi abeka hoa. And no ye another conversation that should have been subjected to audit.
Okay, Minister.
But as it stands now,
Udi basic form no. Makwaba no.
Intimidate basic form no yakwaba no. And some be break kwa uma esa meka but na me for free baby the lay person better say.
Okay.
Let me update you on something. In the year 2022, so many central banks across around the world recorded losses. I want to give you examples nibi. No matter why central banks around the world were recording losses.
Meet your minister.
Ebine say the Czech National Bank reported negative equity from 2002 to 2013 due to valuation. And I say devaluation and I say we are yes domestic debt exchange and also na your friend is saying IMF the World Bank in Nigeria to say the recorded losses now. But in the year 2022 the Reserve Bank of Australia RBA recorded a loss of 37 billion Australian dollars. In the year 2022 the UK government faced Bank of England losses in to the extent of to the tune of 150 billion pounds UK. The Swiss National Bank, who you say a bank in the Swiss National Bank in January, reported say preliminary losses mpo nya bibia nwie mpo and the money money to hon losses news recorded to the tune of 132 billion Swiss francs. In September 2022.
And their history, 116-year history, not just a bean seed I was faced.
A bean seed England the cry. In September 2022, Central Bank of Netherlands, losses recorded just to show say projected interest losses amount now to the tune of 9 billion euros. The US Federal Reserves, almost in the year 2022. They were not able to send their remittances that they were able to send to the National Treasury in the year 2022. Now, globally, central banks recorded losses a day in tier. May what data be on inflation figures? And they are back. From inflation figures across the world, countries are from the year 2010 all the way to 2020. No inflation here between 1 and 2, 0.8 to 1. A BIMO recorded an average inflation of 1,000%, 540%, as compared to Ghana, also around 540%. A lot of African countries, now me compare Togo, Nigeria, Senegal, other countries. Yeah, I was calling someone to pull the data for you. I will share. Just for you to go through, say, the impact of the COVID and the Russia-Ukraine war and the disruption na yakaka no enya Ghana pe na affect it.
Deputy Minister of Information, me that
Bank of Ghana for and omuti baby na be a directors be 10 bi no ma se ska bi akodi. Be gidi se so obi anya omu statements om de abegu abontin na omu hwemu e be boa yin.
Me that say Deputy Minister of Information Fatimà Abubakar Esquire. Kofi Granting, Kofi BOG matters are rising. Unia man obi aka de.
Eya na eya me ya okwadwo.
Adai
Se mitie obi ti se Fatimà fe a won body asembone se asoma na. Eya na ya Fatimà
asembone be Kofi
tie na make meja mewura tobo ase. Pe Fatimà my ejuma on New York Stock Exchange. Tie in America no. Kwadwo my ejuma on New York Stock Exchange. Inti listings are there okay minim. And that's not how it works. One of the cheapest things, because electronic, and unti call electronic inti untme ma meka say no sa listings with Bloomberg ni ade na cost yen. That's not true.
Na state sec.
Any wo
boa I will say F4. Any omo boa listings no mo ya e cost A or B. But just a switch comment to say cheap without any comparative figures and just throw it off say. No, and to my rates now omo count so that we will have an informed conversation based on money.
Okay, ti Kofi go anim.
Okay, inti electronic listings which a subscription. Inti which subscription now. Say we use. We charge you an amount. And yet bibia no